once again, and then welcome to another video. Okay, as promised earlier, this video will be all about studying smart and not hard. Okay, so we'll be diving into active recall and spaced repetition. In case you are new here and then you are interested in any of my videos, kindly subscribe and then hit the bell icon so that you get access to every newly published or uploaded video. Okay, so let's dive right into this video. But first of all, I would like to acknowledge my viewers in Germany, in the United Kingdom, and then USA. Thanks a lot for supporting this channel. Okay, and then I won't forget my friends in Ghana too. Thanks a lot for supporting this channel too. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so let's dive right into this video. This video will be a very short one. Okay, so we'll be looking at active recall and then spaced repetition. As promised earlier, I'll try as much as possible to help improve your grades if in case you are a continuing student, and then for level 100 or freshman, you could be able to start with a very good average. Okay, so let's dive right into this video. Okay, so this video is all about active recall and spaced repetition. You are trying to learn smart, okay, and not hard. So this has been proven to be the most effective. Okay, it is the most effective technique, and then it's scientifically proven. Okay, so it's evidence-based technique for scoring very high grades. Okay, so it could be applied to both STEM courses and then social science courses, and then in case you are in medical school, trust me, this is the best study technique for you. Okay, and then engineering students as well. Okay, for some of your theoretical courses and then especially the technical courses. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so the active recall comes with three main stages. Okay, so the first stage I would say is the most important or integral part of the stage. Okay, so you are trying to understand the course material. Okay, it's not about reading or rereading or revising. Okay, you are trying to understand the course material, trying to know what the course material is about. Okay, so try to understand the course material, try to figure out what could be a question in the course material. This is all about understanding the course material, trying to figure out what could be asked during the exams or mid-semester exams or end of semester exams. Okay, so try and understand the course material, try as much as possible to understand the course material. Okay, and then after that, after the first step, then you move on to the second step. So you try to convert the course material into questions and answers. Okay, so you bear with me that most of you try to write notes and highlight notes, and then whatever you do, I don't know, but you try to rewrite notes, highlight notes, and then copy notes or whatever. So what I will urge you to do is, instead of rewriting, highlighting notes, and then copying notes or whatever you do, write questions. Okay, write questions instead of writing notes. Write questions. So maybe in case you are in a lecture hall and then your lecturer is maybe talking about machines. Okay, instead of writing maybe a machine is a device that has a fulcrum, pivot, or whatever, try to write question. Okay, instead of writing a machine is maybe a device that has a pivot, fulcrum, or whatever, try to put that sentence or phrase into a question, something like main components of a machine. What are the main components of a machine, or what is a machine? Okay, instead of maybe writing a machine has a fulcrum, pivot, and whatever. Okay, so try converting your notes into questions instead of writing notes. Simple, just write questions. Okay, the questions will help you learn the notes, but once you write the notes, you might end up going back to rewrite the notes, highlighting the notes, and then copying the notes or whatsoever. Okay, so try writing questions instead of writing notes. Okay, so after the first stage, after trying to understand the course material, you try convert the course material into questions and then answers. Okay, don't write notes, write questions with corresponding answers. Okay, so after that, that's when you try to implement the active recall technique and then spaced repetition. Okay, so the active recall technique is different. This is a disclaimer, is different from cramming. Okay, cramming is just about trying to beat information to your brain, try to regurgitate information to your brain. Okay, but active recall is the diverse form. Okay, you are trying to capture information but bring it out of your brain. Cramming is just putting information into your brain, okay, just for a short period, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours for exams. Okay, after that you just forget everything. But for active recall, once you use this technique, you get to know that you could recollect the information even after your exams or some months after your exams or whatsoever, because you might be applying the same knowledge in other programs. Okay, so that's the technique. Try to first understand the course material. Okay, try as much as possible. It could be a theoretical course material, it could be a technical course material, it doesn't matter. But first, try to understand the course material. Okay, and then after that, you convert the course material, okay, into questions and answers. Okay, even during lectures, just convert the questions. Sometimes the lecturers might be highlighting some of their questions during the exams, during their lectures. Okay, so instead of just writing the notes and maybe keeping them as notes, try writing them as questions. The technique is that once you convert the notes or the lectures into questions, it encourages you to read them or learn them. Okay, but once they are merely notes, you might even forget about maybe going through them because they've been converted into notes. But once they are being converted into questions, it will urge you to go through the question and then try to answer most of the questions. Okay, so after understanding the course material, then you convert the course material into questions or lecture material into questions, and then you use active recall. So the reason why you have spaced repetition as part of the active recall is that the human brain could keep information for a very short period of time. So the technique is that once you learn something new, it goes to your temporal storage. That's your brain, the part of the brain where the information could be stored temporarily. So once you keep on repeating the information, okay, that's spaced repetition, it's the information then travels to your permanent memory. Okay, it gets to stay there, so that once you even take a glance of the information, the answer to that information or details pertaining to that information just pops up. Okay, that's the main objective behind the spaced repetition. Okay, so the spaced repetition could be divided into several days or times. So since your mind could focus on one particular thing at a specific time, and again storing the information, your temporal storage, you need to keep on remembering your brain that you want to push the information from your temporal storage to the permanent portion of your brain. So that's where you implement spaced repetition. That's after active recall. Okay, so you give yourself time. Okay, it could be 1 to 2 days, 1 to 3 days, depending on how you are able to remember the information. So it could be you could study the information on the first day and then repeat it on the second day. Once you are conversant with the information, then you move on to maybe repeating the information from day 1 to day 3, then day 1 to day 4, day 1 to day 5, till you get to grasp all the information. Okay, so let's move on. Let me give you an example of whatever I was trying to talk about in this slide. Okay, so let's move on to a quick example. Okay, so this a course material, that's petroleum course material, there's chemical indicators and biomarkers. This is the course material. Okay, this is the course material. You could see there are lots of red highlighted infos, and then take note, whenever you see a red highlighted info in a course material, it will be a question. Okay, that's why it's in red. They are all questions. The ones in red are all questions. Okay, the ones in blue are concepts, you have to get them, but the ones in red are questions. Okay, these are concepts. Okay, these are concepts, these are questions. Okay, so convert these into questions. Okay, yeah, so this is the course material, and then I'll show you in a bit how I converted the whole of this into questions and answers. So the first technique says that try to understand the course material. So first, I try to understand this course material, okay, as much as possible. Get the concept right. Okay, go through. There are 44 pages. Just go through them. Try to understand them. Okay, try to understand the course materials. Okay, so in order to get this, convert this into questions and answers, that's implementing active recall technique, I then converted these into questions and then answers. Okay, converted these into questions and answers. Okay, here we go. Okay, yes, so chemical indicators and biomarkers, you see. So from this write-up, you could see that some of the questions are marked in green. Okay, some would be also marked in yellow and then red. So the green means that I've been able to remember the answers corresponding to those questions. Okay, so once I see the question, the answer just pops up. Okay, that's why they are in green. The ones in yellow means that you have been able to grasp at least 80% of the answers. Okay, so once I'll be able to get everything right, at least 99%, I'll just convert the colors into green. Okay, and then the red ones are the ones which tends to be the stubborn ones. They become a bit confusing to grasp. Okay, so it takes time. So it could move from 50% consumption to 80% consumption. So once it gets to the 80%, you change the color into yellow, and once it gets to the 99% or far better, you change the color into green. And again, some of these questions I tried converting the colors, but I might have forgotten. So most of them you might see that they are in yellow, but they should have been in green. Okay, yes. Okay, so you will see that the first question was what are biomarkers? Okay, no engineering lecturer will ask you what are biomarkers. Okay, so but I just inserted into the question and answers write up so that I will know what I'm trying to study. Okay, so I'm trying to study something about biomarkers. That's why I introduce it. The lecturer might ask this chemical structure, but I might not ask biomarkers. In case it was an MCQ, they might ask. Okay, so this is also very effective when studying for MCQs. Okay, very, very, very effective. And then theory questions, because you get to know the question and then you get to know the answers. I implemented this technique in final year. That's final year, final semester. That's second semester. Trust me, my grades skyrocketed. Okay, so I got to know about this technique in final year. That's final year, second semester, and then I implemented it. Okay, then it worked perfectly. So these are some of them. As for these ones, you have to draw them. So using active recall is just easy. You just have to know the structure for pristine. Okay, so you know the structure, you then cover it, and then you try to put pen on paper and reproduce it. Okay, so that you get the same thing. But one technique I'll urge you to implement is that it's either you write the questions on a different sheet, the answers on another sheet, or just use this one. Okay, so by using this one, you have to first be diligent and then cover the answers. So once you don't cover the answers, you are just doing yourself. Okay, you cannot be just spying on answers and then trying to behave as if you are trying to recollect the answers. Okay, try to be diligent. Okay, and then try to reproduce the answers. So you can see that they are in green, means that I've been able to recollect 99% of them. Trust me, once you do this, you get that sensation of getting a photographic memory. So once you see the question during exams, the answer will just pop up, and then you just start writing. Okay, once you see the question, just as you've indicated in your write-up, in your question and answers, and then you see the same question during the exam, the answer just pops up. Okay, yes, that's how it works. It's very, very effective. Okay, so you could see over here too. Okay, so this applied paleontology. You could see applied paleontology over here. So yes, so I did the same, converted them into questions and answers, and there you have it. Okay, so after understanding the course material, the only thing you'll be doing is just study this and then add spaced repetition. So after maybe first day, and then you come back to the same topic in the second day, and then you try to recollect the answers by covering the answers. Okay, looking at the question and then trying to recollect the answers. Okay, you do same for all of the topics till you are very conversant with the whole concept or the whole topic. So by the end of the day, you might be scoring very high marks. You might even wonder how you were able to pull that off, but it was all about active recall. Okay, yeah. So just like that, you'll be studying. Yes, you have to study during that time. You have to study these structures, and then I just use active recall. I just look at the name silicoflagellates, and then the thing just pops up. It wasn't magic. It was just active recall. Okay, yes. We didn't even only do geochemistry. There's another topic, well performance or something like that. I use the same technique. It was also a theory-based questions. I was just answering the question just like that because I've already converted the material into questions and answers, and then first I tried to understand the course material. Okay, so the questions and the answers were just coming just like that. You could see that you have to also implement the technique I used in my previous video. That's study smart and not hard. So chitinose ones, you could see that they look like earthenwares and then worms. Okay, so that's why I've put that into bracket. This wasn't part of the notes. I just put that into bracket so that I will know that chitinose ones are like that. So once I see them during the exams, I will know that these are chitinose ones. Okay, same thing. Acritac, they were like yams and wiggles. Okay, yams and wiggles, and then dinoflagellates were like pattern arrow bones. Yes, they are just study techniques. You just implement them and then you are good to go. Okay, so let's look at a technical based question. This was a theory based question. So for technical based question, the technique is simple. Solve questions. Okay, solve tutorial questions as much as you can. Okay, just solve them. Try as much as you can and then solve tutorial questions, solve practical questions. Just solve questions. Keep on solving questions. Okay, keep on solving questions and try to understand the questions and then try again to arrive at the answers. Similar ones might come in the exams. Okay, if not the same thing, similar ones might come, and then you realize that you'll be just, once you are writing, you'll be just laughing. It wasn't magic. It was just active recall. Okay, try your hands on questions and answers. That's what I'll say for the technical courses, irrespective of the course. Okay, solve questions. So for theory-based questions, use the technique I just showed you. Okay, understanding the concept, and then converting the questions, the notes into questions and answers, and then you just apply active recall. Okay, you just keep on repeating the questions and then try to recollect the answers. Again, active recall is not cramming. Cramming is planning to write an exam and then you've learned Latin and then you are trying to put information to your brain and then just try to forget them after maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. Okay, and then once you are asked whatever you wrote during the exam, trust me, you won't be able to recollect them. But for active recall, you are trying to keep the information in your brain for as long as possible because you might be applying it in your future studies. So once you use active recall, you are trying to recollect information, not putting information. Okay, not putting information in your brain, but recollect the information. Okay, so the spaced repetition will help you to recollect the information. Okay, after using the active recall, after converting the notes into questions and answers, and then learning them over and over again with time intervals. Okay, since your brain initially keeps your whatever you learn in your temporal storage. Okay, yes. So this is for the technical aspect. You keep on solving questions. This is an example. So in case you have any other questions, just kindly let me know and then I'll answer them whenever I get notified that anyone of you has or have answered asked a specific question pertaining to the active recall technique. Trust me, once you implement this technique, irrespective of your program, either you are doing a science-based, social science-based, even if you are in medical school, engineering school, whatever, law school, trust me, you'll be just acing your exam. Some people might think you are very intelligent or whatever, but you are just being smart. Okay, yeah. So I'll end the video right here, and then I might see you in the next one. Okay. Again, I'll urge you to subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon so that you get access to every video I post on the channel. Once again, thanks a lot to my Germany, United Kingdom and USA viewers. Okay, thanks a lot. And then my Ghana buddies, thanks a lot for watching this video. See you in the next one.